Where do we look for additional answers by Thomas Carbone? First, we must discuss what we mean by additional answers. So as we must already know, answers are a statement or something written as a reaction to a question, a statement, or a situation as defined in general dictionaries. Now, we as humans look for answers everywhere, but today we'll analyze and discuss how we look for answers in religious knowledge systems, in ethics, and in the human sciences. Starting with religion. In religious knowledge systems, humanity finds answers for the mysteries and the tangible problems uncovering in life. So problems are more tangible and happen to people on the real life, on their daily lives. Mysteries are more of the problems of the universe and things that we might really never tackle as to find an answer to them. And that is exactly why religions exist. Because as Gellman and Hartman, two religious professors, express, humanity search for reason as the answers to the most abstract questions as what is the meaning of life, draws groups of people towards religion. Now, religion in the sense of shared knowledge through language and sacred texts. And every religion follows this same statement, as each has a specific purpose in its faith. While Judaism might have its view based around following God's commandments, Christianity is totally based around trying to love the way Jesus loved. It is these differing views that leads to the different beliefs and the different faiths in each religion. And hence, each leads to different answers that we, as believers of a faith, find. In example, suffering or finding the cause of suffering, of human suffering in Buddhism, or sin in almost all other religions. Now, personal knowledge in religion is found when religious believers encounter personal moments with their own faith, in which they look for answers in religion that are based on the shared faith of the religion, but is totally personal as the believer finds a personal answer to a problem he or she has. So, however, religion is also able to provide explanations to problems that occur in reality. An example in Heaven Over Hospital, where a very, very young girl is given the choice of going either to hospital or dying and going to heaven, as Christianity says, because she lives in a very, let's say, Christian environment, and that's what Christianity believes after death. And this is a case of personal knowledge as how faith and Christianity has shaped how this girl is given a decision to tackle a problem because she had a terminal disease and she was given the election of choosing what to do based on the faith she followed. Now, in ethics, what does ethics look for? Ethics deals with the morality or the moral principle and answer towards heavily controversial situations. Ethics tries to respond and find answers towards if something is morally correct and the reason behind that. So in general, ethics looks for answers in situation, and that is why it is extremely linked with emotion, because it considers the moral aspect of action. It wonders why and if this was ethical and justified or morally justified under moral grounds based on something that happened. Now, how is this related to personal and shared knowledge? In the case of cash for sterilization, which is an article and consequently a study based on giving subsidies to drug addict women who had the risk of having the risk in this case of having child, how they were subsidized as to prevent and as a sense of birth control. This, by many grounds and by people in general, is said to be quite unethical, but by others it is said to be ethical. Now, this creates two very large groups of shared knowledge. As well, some argue that this is ethical, others argue that it is really not. But personal knowledge in terms of ethics is shaped as how we are able to, or how we are related to an action and how we judge it upon that ethical ground. Now, speaking about human sciences, human sciences studies human life and behavior in general. Now, it gives the additional answers we find when studying human sciences is that of explaining the behavior and trends in the behavior of individuals. So, as in the Stanford Prison Experiment, the power and domination under certain circumstances were studied in this prison experiment conducted in Stanford. And now, what experiments give you are answers that are totally logical and reasonable. So personal knowledge is found and based around our interaction with society and our experience as part of it, while shared knowledge in human sciences is based on the studies and statistics and facts that try to suggest hypotheses towards why humans react a certain way. In the case of the Stanford Prison Experiment, which is totally based about human reasoning and studying something, it could be said that understanding the results and interpreting them as a study will generate shared knowledge. However, it is also personal knowledge towards those present in the conduction of the experiment. Thank you.